Hello, Renee Flamont here with Minnie. It's taken me forever to start this video because it's impossible to overstate how much I want you to know that manipulation is what they're doing whenever they're doing anything, these narcissists. And what I'm saying is we talk a lot about a lot of different things, right? Triangulation is they're all manipulation. Triangulation, that's them manipulating you. Gaslighting, that's them manipulating you. Love bombing, that's them manipulating you. Every single tool that they have is under the umbrella of manipulation, and that's because they're trying to control the situation, right? And the problem with the narcissist finding out that we no longer will accept certain things that they do, it throws them. I want you to understand how much it throws them when they know they can no longer manipulate you, or when you start to catch on. Do you follow what I mean? And I used the example before when 4 days in, the narcissist came over, wanted to take me to dinner, and I was painting, covered in paint, sitting with a girlfriend of mine, having a good time, disco painting. I'm sure I had music on. I stop, I dance, I paint. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. And within an hour, I'm showered and off to dinner with him. Here's the thing. If it were a healthy person, non-disordered, that's what I mean by healthy, and they stop in your house, be it family, friend, business partner, romantic partner, and it's a surprise, I'm not saying I don't have room for spontaneous. They're not trying to wreck your plan. They probably didn't even know you had plans. When you told the narcissist you're busy and they show up anyway, this is just one boundary. They are trying to manipulate you. They're trying to see if you drop it and go. Now, they'll sell it as romantic. They'll sell it as spontaneous. Why can't you be spontaneous? I'm trying to sweep you off your feet. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Another one is they're trying to see how much control they have over what you firmly said you have going on that night versus them showing up at your door. This is just one example. There's endless of them. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know. Because this topic makes me nervous. Because I hear people say, well, he showed up with flowers. He said he was sorry. We had a 3-hour-long talk. Actually, I could have said that sentence. That happened to me. I probably did say that sentence to myself in the mirror. Of course he showed up with flowers and spent 3 hours talking to me and said he was sorry. At the same time, he was texting other people while we were having the 3-hour talk. They do that to manipulate, to see if they can get back in the door. And what I want to make vital, and this is why I kept not knowing how to even start, which you can tell by my roundabout first 3 minutes, when they know they can't manipulate you any longer, they stay away and they eventually move on to the next. The narcissist is all about manipulating people into getting what they want from them, manipulating people for them to have a certain opinion of them. That's why they're very vocal about their accomplishments. They're very vocal about anything they do that's volunteer. They're not really people to do things anonymously. They want people to have a certain view of them, and they're manipulating it all along the way. When you suddenly have boundaries that prevent them from penetrating your world, be it dinner, or we'll go through other examples will come out in this video, they suddenly have no idea how to handle you because they've never learned the skills to deal with people in a healthy way. Once you start stating that you no longer accept ill treatment, for example, they will point the finger at you saying that you're difficult, you're impossible, you're dysfunctional. How can you be this way? They're essentially throwing right back onto you what is wrong with them, even if they're unaware that they're doing it. I'm telling you it's manipulation. I know. How do I know? I know. I know. You all know. Because now you're going, wow, was that manipulation? Yes. It's all manipulation. When they bargain and breadcrumb you to try to bring your mood up and put you into a positive space, that's manipulation. When they're devaluing you because they want to make you feel bad, that's manipulation. They're controlling the narrative, your narrative in your own head about your own life. What's more, if you begin to voice your recount of what transpired, say, they will call you a liar and try to invalidate every single thing you say. The smear campaigns that we've discussed are efforts to accomplish this. There are many reasons, but the main one is something we've discussed many, many times. The narcissist cannot take blame for anything, ever, anything, and I mean anything. They will at this point, if you persist in calling them out, either directly or by putting a stop to them being able to manipulate you, you suddenly said, nope, I'm setting a boundary, which is what our next video is about, boundaries, and I'm not letting you manipulate me anymore. If you stop the manipulation or you call them out directly and you bring it up to them, which they don't advise, which I did, they will move on to another target, rid their life of you, and definitely trash you along the way. They can't have someone in their life, around their life, who knows the truth about them, lest you voice it to any others in their circle who maybe don't know this truth. You think the narcissist wants you around, bad-mouthing them? What is interesting to me is the narcissist still wants to see them in the light they see themselves. They may hoover you in an attempt to not have you leave a bitter taste for them. Eventually they blow that up also, but they may fake try to be friends or make up lest you have any fodder to say they were bad to you. They'll try manipulation right up into the last possible second. And you should just be ultra aware of how much the narcissist hates boundaries. Hates. How dare you put a limit on the damage they're wanting to bring you? How dare you be so bold as to say, you know what, no more, not enough. Think about that. A person in a non-disordered state who truly does love you wouldn't want to bring harm to you, let alone would make you put up a wall of protection around yourself to bar yourself against that manipulation. It's a terrible thing to manipulate someone. And it's done throughout life. Throughout life. Parent to child, coworker to coworker, non-disordered or healthy. Disordered or not, right? Manipulation. We've all done it to an extent. But the narcissist will perpetually continue. And when you resist, that's when they have a lot to say about you. Now you're being difficult. Oh yeah, you're being difficult. And oftentimes, just the way they come at us is enough to make us fold. We don't want them to think of us as difficult. If you're an empath or not, you don't want to be thought of as difficult. All right, I'll fold again. All right, I'll fold again. But I know it at least. I'm not letting him manipulate me because I'm aware of what's happening. I'm not asking you to call them out. They say don't because they'll become rageful, many of them. Rageful. But if you have somebody that is manipulating you and you put the stop on it, whether you leave them or not is your choice. Whether you exit a narcissist from your life if they're peripheral is your choice. But if you continue to allow them to manipulate you just to keep the peace, you're allowing yourself to be chipped away. You're allowing yourself to be chipped away. The manipulation is a narcissist's entire world from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed. And somebody might say, well, you're being a little harsh. I don't know how to be anything less than harsh when I've seen what they've done to people, when I see what they have put people through, when I see what they have done in the name of manipulation, and you have as well. And they flip out at you when you suddenly have something to say. That's because you're putting a stop, uneven knowing to yourself, to them manipulating you. If you say something like, I know what happened. I read the text. The gaslighting comes. They're manipulating you. You're out of your mind. That's not what that text meant. That's manipulation. Or when you try to say, I won't be treated like this anymore. Well, you the one that makes me go out and you make me feel... Manipulation. They're putting their abuse of you back on you. That's manipulation. To make you take responsibility for their bad behavior. Because why? They can't take responsibility and just say, you know what, that was really wrong of me. I should never have done that. I don't blame you for not putting up with it anymore. And I'm apologetic, and it'll never happen again. They'll say it'll never happen again, and they'll say sorry because they're manipulating you into believing that it always happens again. We have evidence that they're manipulating us when they say it won't, because it happens again. They're only saying it to manipulate the situation. We're going to talk about boundaries in the next video, you guys. I'm trying to keep them to 10 minutes these days, but you know I could keep going on and on and on about this one. This is vital you get it. They are, and when they sell you on something and you walk away going, well, that felt productive. I'm not trying to suck the joy out of your sales, but it may have been manipulation to make you feel like it's going well. Keep your eyes open and chin up. We'll talk about boundaries next time.